Surrender to the mystery. You can't control, so let it go. Allow it to simply be here and now, and everything is one with each other. Love is the answer.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Here and Now. This is where we're meant to be. And welcome to Unity Spiritual Center, where we are all about our mission of transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in our world. My name is Amber McKenzie, and I will be your platform assistant this morning. If you could take a moment to please silence your cell phones, that would be very much appreciated. And as always, we want to begin our time together with our opening affirmation. I will say it once and then ask you to repeat it with me. There is only one presence and one power, active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. Together, there is only one presence and one power, active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. This is Unity's foundation principle, one power, one life, living through and as each and every one of us. This morning, we are super excited to be hearing from our transformational speaker, Ryan Sawyer, in part one of his two-part series on transformation. Very good topic for any time of year, right? And for our audience. This is, I'm really excited to hear from Ryan. He will also be leading us in today's meditation. But before we get to that, we have some news you can use. So first, as always, I want to remind everyone to please sign up for our e-newsletter. That can be, you can either scan the code that you see in the lobby in the bookstore, or you can text Unity Spokane to 22828, and you will immediately be signed up for that. So as I've mentioned, everything that we share up here will be in the e-newsletter plus some. So it's really helpful if you're able to check that out every week. It comes out on Wednesdays. Guess what? The playground is complete. Yay! We had 16 volunteers who came yesterday to do the project. If you were a volunteer yesterday, could you stand up? Is there anybody here? Yep, there's Maxim. Yeah, Shirley, Ken, Ron, love it. Yeah, 16 of us, and look at, do you see Gary Locke sliding down the slide? Isn't that awesome? That's on Facebook too, so check that out. He's fun. Okay, speaking of volunteering, we have our tables still set up around the atrium. So after services, could you please just take a look at what's available for ownership opportunities? One of the things that we really want to emphasize is the Spirit Ed, Adult Ed table. We're having spirit groups ramp up again, and we need leaders. And so we'd love for you, if you're interested in leading a spirit group, to talk to the Spirit Ed table afterwards. Yes, Al. Oh, Al. Yeah. I thought Al had a question. Al will be at the table. So please find Al, and he'll sign you up to be a lead. And also, if you're interested in being part of a spirit group, please visit that table as well. The other table we encourage you to check out is our, I think it's the Compassionate Action table. We are doing the Afghan kitchen kits. And so we're having people sign up for, if you wanted to bring one item, that'd be great. If you wanted to get a set of items, you can just sign up for each thing. And again, that will be at the Compassionate Action table. And we're asking folks to bring the new kitchen item by October 31st, Sunday, October 31st. And the other thing I'm going to do is put that sign-up sheet, it's a live Google Doc, in our e-newsletter. So if you wanted to sign up, just right there, you can. And it will be up to date. So lots of opportunities to serve and to take ownership here, so please visit all those tables after services. And then what else? I know we have more. Okay. Yeah, fundraiser. Okay, here's another thing that we're really trying to receive more donations for our center. We receive money for the number of pounds that we are able to donate, but we have to secure that set number of pounds. And so what I'm gonna do this week is create a post for Facebook, and then I would just ask if you don't mind to share with your community, and it'll just give information about leaving the bags here at the center and what we are looking for. That way we get more and more people to get involved and to bring us their donated goods, because that does earn money for our center. So just keep a lookout for that. I'll put it in the e-news, and then we'll put it on Facebook and Instagram. Okay. And then last but not least, Lisa Matana, her last day is Monday. So please feel free to share your well wishes with her. She has an amazing new position with the YMCA, and she's teaching and doing what she loves. And so we're really excited for her, and we are also going to miss her very much. So I actually have a card in the staff room if you wanted to sign that, or if you wanted to leave your own card, that would be great. We will get that to her on Monday. Okay. And now we are going to hear a song, and then we will hear from our transformational speaker.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning here. And I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
Question, who picks the songs? Okay, so that's a little bit weird and creepy. So well I'm going to show you why. Just hang on for a minute. If it goes to my slide here, I'll tell you why. This is the actual image and the slide that I used to start my account. Oh, where'd it go? It's not on there. Oh, good. Well, so you saw the caterpillar turn into a butterfly, right? That was supposed to be on the slide. So now you've seen it, and that's part of my talk. So we're on the same page, just like we were last time we had this conversation. I was here. So thank you so much for having me back. I feel like I've been here before because I have. And so today I'm going to talk about transformation. We're going to talk about the 8 principles of transformation. This comes from my book, Choice Point. And so who in the room is going through a transformation, or, raise your hand, or wants something in your life to be different? Anything in your life to be different. That's right, every single one of us. And so it makes me really get very curious about how does transformation happen? What goes into transformation? And from a place of, if you want to talk about neuroscience and psychology and different things, it's through experience. Experience meaning how we perceive ourselves and experience ourselves in the world. So it's very subjective, right? It's about this process of going inward, just like that caterpillar does, to come out and blossom as it's the best version of itself as a butterfly, the new expression, a higher expression of itself, right? So it's interesting because it's experience that actually creates the structure of our brain. When we experience something new, we go through challenges, when we learn mistakes, when we're able to have presence and be in the present moment and feel a sense of safety and security, that's what actually helps our brain form. If we're in something that's stressful and we become over-analytical, that makes our mind become more thinking, processing, over-analytical, because that's where we are. So understanding that this experience of transformation is very subjective. How I define and or experience happiness and success is going to be completely different than you. If I had somebody come up here and say, tell me about happiness, what does it mean to you? It's going to be different for every single person in the room, right? So why does this happen? Well, as human beings, we are meaning-making machines. So we make everything mean something, right? We make absolutely everything mean something. And understand that the meaning that we take on about ourselves because of our current struggle, because something in our life is challenging us, or because circumstances in our life that are out of our control, what we take on as that meaning is what creates our personality. And our personality, if you're familiar with Dr. Joe, which I'm assuming that most of us in this room are, right? What our personality is creates our personal reality, right? So we have to understand the meaning that we take on about everything that we're experiencing in life creates our personality, which creates our personal reality. So challenges then become an opportunity. So whatever that is that's showing up in your life that you want to be different is your opportunity to transform, to evolve, to grow, to learn, and then most importantly, to heal. Is it possible that thing is there for you and not against you, right? Because it's given you an opportunity to heal, which I know. It gives us opportunity to wake up to our unconscious patterns, beliefs, opinions about ourselves and the world, to get up and actually clean up this aspect of ourselves so we can show up fully and we can continue to evolve, which is why we're here. We're creatures of growth. The most important aspect of this that I always come back and ask myself when it comes to transformation, okay, what's my part in all of this? Meaning whether you're talking about what's going on in the world, like in one way, shape, or form, we have created this as a collective consciousness because in some way, shape, or form, this is going to lead to our healing and or growth. Whatever is happening in the world that you want to be different, whether it be something on a large scale that's affecting all of us or something in your personal world, right? So what is my part in this? How I choose to relate myself to the world, what kind of vibration and what kind of meaning I'm taking on about it. And I'm going to talk about that as I go forward. It's kind of setting the stage. The most important and the most beautiful piece of art that you're ever going to create is you. So the narrative and the story that we're telling about what we're going through, And there's greatness in you. So if you're going through something hard, I have a meditation teacher. One day we were sitting there, and there's 95 people on this call, and people were asking different questions. And every single question somebody asked her, he said, good. Well, I had a really great meditation the other day, and all these beautiful images and all these things. He goes, good. And then the next person goes, I could not quiet my mind. And things were weird, and they're almost disturbing. He goes, good. Whatever happening is exactly what's supposed to happen, and it's for you, so good. If you're sitting down, you're doing the work, if you're going inward, if you're here, then good. Whatever you're going through is there for you. So we're able to construct a version of ourselves. So these are the principles we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about these 8 different principles. Awareness, focusing on you first, embracing change, life is a practice, to try it on, incremental shifts, letting go and surrender, and then feeling is a secret. So hopefully I can somehow, way, shape, or form, get all these to make sense in some sort of a chronological order. So we'll see how that goes. So the first piece is awareness. Nothing happens, no transformation happens without awareness, right? To become aware that we always have 2 different options, 2 different voices happening in our head in any one particular time. There's always going to be 2 different voices. And I'm going to tell you a story. I think I told a story in my last talk, actually, but it's still very, very present in my life. COVID hit. My business was deemed non-essential. It shut down in the driveway. One of our main source of income just shut off, right? Heidi is an event coordinator at the time. Events gone away. Her job is a complete falling apart, and we're thinking to ourselves, in just weeks going, oh my goodness, we went from 2 incomes to 0. Right? And so I recognize this voice saying, oh my goodness, what's this mean? Am I going to have a business after this? What are we going to have to do? Like, people buying toilet paper, all kinds of crazy things happening, right? And then the next moment, as I dropped out of my head and into my heart, and I regulated my nervous system, so I got it out of my analytical mind where problems are created, where fear resides, and I dropped into my heart, and I asked myself, okay, what's the opportunity in this? There's got to be an opportunity in everything, right? And over and over and over, I said to myself, there's an opportunity in everything. There's an opportunity in everything. Every single time I notice myself back up here telling all kinds of story and worrying about outcomes and what's going to happen and all the different possible fears, right? I dropped back down and said, yeah, but there's opportunity in everything. And that became something that eventually was just naturally recited. That's what I naturally heard my mind telling me. Hey, Ryan, there's an opportunity in everything. Next struggle that popped up, next challenge. And the last couple years have been some of the best years of our lives because of what we've been able to accomplish, because of this mindset, and because we didn't stay up in our head. We regulated our nervous system. We said, okay, slow things down. How do we do that? We drop down. We get out of our head. We slow down our breath. We spend time in silence. And we come back with the truth. And every single time that you begin to tell this narrative that's going to be more expansive, that's going to be more truth, there's going to be some aspect of your ego that challenges it. And it's going to say, yeah, but, what if? Yeah, but, well, it's going to happen. You're going to have this internal dialogue. And I have people in my life that are the yeah, but people. Right? Do anybody else have a yeah, but person in their life? No matter what you said, they go, yeah, but. And I just go, boop, I turn off. Because if you're talking to me and you say, yeah, but, or, well, that's some sort of fear and or way that you're trying to then hold me down to a place that's a lower vibration rather than the truth of all of us, that there's greatness in every single one of you, in every single one of us, right? And so what's the law of non-resistance? My favorite law is basically to say, yeah, I know that there's things that we potentially could cause, that could cause fear, that I might give energy to. I know they're there, but I'm not going to feed them. I'm not going to give them my attention. I'm not going to give them my energy. I'm going to practice being and feeling the way that I want to feel in this moment and moving to the next. That the last moment doesn't have any sort of bearing upon how I feel in this present moment, because in this present moment, all possibilities exist, and there is no story in this present moment, right? So focusing inward first, just like the caterpillar, going inward, right? We have to be able to understand that life is a mirror. So if there's something that makes you feel judgment or fear or anger, then that's potentially something within you that needs healing, right? And there's these 2 basic principles that I've been working with recently. What you want for yourself, want it for others. So whether that be in business or relationship, right? So for example, we have a residential painting company. And so when I'm driving by, and I don't know if you guys, but maybe it's just me because I'm a painter, but there are so many painting companies in Spokane. I think they're like just popping up out of the weeds. They're everywhere. If I drive Axiom, this, that, they're everywhere. And so it's really natural to be in this form of competition where you think like, oh, I got to be better than they do. And if they're having work, oh, they're painting a house in the neighborhood that I want to be in. Hey, right? It's easy to come into this place of competition and comparison rather than saying, wow, if they're doing well, that means that, hey, we can raise all ships. I can do what they're doing. Right? If they're experiencing love, peace, joy, and abundance, whatever it is, like what kind of thoughts and feelings are they having? I want everybody, rather than having this competitive mind that a lot of us have naturally as a society, like saying that if I want it for myself, I want it for you. Rather than the opposite of what our mind tends to do is what I talked about last time I was here was a crab theory, that if you can't have it, or if I can't have it, neither can you. So if you have something, I want to try to bring you back down. It's two different ways of orienting the world. One's a victim and one's a creator, right? One's a victim, one's a creator. So if I want it for others, or why I want it for myself, I need to want it for others. And more importantly, if I want something for others, then I need to do it for myself. So if this comes to be real apparent as a parent, I want my kids to be confident. I want them to be brave. I want them to experience love, right? I want them to be forgiving and compassionate. I want them to be all these things, right? Well, then I better show myself that first, right? I better be compassionate with myself. I better be confident. I better show them, right? I want them to be successful and chase their dreams. Well, if I'm not chasing my dreams, if I'm not doing something that matters to me, if I'm not doing something that I'm passionate about, if I'm not getting up and taking care of myself and doing the things that I know that needs to be done to be the best version of myself, how am I ever going to expect for them to do the same? So if you want something for somebody else, whether it be in a marriage, with your kids, in your community, then do it for yourself first. Right? Does that make sense? Always go inward. Life is a mirror. Because the answer to all of our problems is always going to come from within, always looking inward, rather than pointing the finger out to the world saying, well, yeah, but, and yeah, but. If it wasn't for COVID, if it wasn't for this, like personally, I don't know about you, but I'm tired of people talking about how hard it's been. Like it's time to say, understand, this is our life. Embrace the challenge. And let's transform because of it and move forward. Because is it going to change? I don't know. Does it matter? No. What matters is how we are addressing ourselves in this present moment and going forward. So, second one is to embrace change. Like basically understanding the fact that everything is changing. I mean, we talk about it from the level of cell reproduction. Like, what is it? 50 to 70 million cells are reproducing all the time, right? Every single week. I mean, it's just constant. It's always happening. Your transformation is happening right now based upon your presence in this conversation. How present are you right now? That's going to make a difference, right? How you embrace a challenge. Challenges are something that either will find us or we go find it. And clearly, based upon what I don't do much news, but clearly as a society, as a collective consciousness, we have not sought challenges enough in our life. We've gotten a little bit too comfortable, so here comes a challenge at us, right? So then how are we going to meet it? One way or another, we're going to meet challenge in our lives. So either seek it or it's going to seek you. And understanding that resistance to change or to challenge is what causes suffering. When I don't want to experience it, when I try to avoid it, when I try to suppress it and repress and all these different things in every way, shape, and form, that's what's going to cause suffering, right? When I have complete acceptance. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Dr. Hawkins' scale of emotions. Acceptance is like this bridge that we cross to experience love, peace, and joy, right? He starts down at guilt and shame and apathy, and then that works up through anger, fear, pride, all these different aspects, courage, willingness, and then acceptance. And above acceptance is reason, love, joy, and peace. Right? So we have to come to a level of acceptance of the challenge that's sitting in front of us, acceptance of our circumstance, acceptance of who we are in this present moment to be able to move the needle forward into the next. Acceptance is so incredibly important because when I fully accept something, then I'm in the present moment. Then I'm here and now, like Amber said. And in the present moment where there's no other stories exist, that's where transformation is possible. That's where all possibilities exist. That's when we're tapped in with the quantum field, where then now, what is it that we want to select out of the quantum field to experience more of going forward in the future, right? And it all comes from a level of acceptance. And the other piece with transformation that they show, so challenge helps to structure our brain. and a sense of safety and security. If I don't feel safe, if my nervous system is switched on, if I don't feel safe out in the world, then how am I going to change, right? So this comes from us actually having to regulate ourselves, having to give ourselves and meet our own needs to such a level that we're able to make ourselves feel safe. So that might start with practicing in your own home in a safe environment, saying, I'm going to make sure that in no other place, at least here on my mat, for me as a yogi, in my basement, that I'm going to be able to cultivate a sense of safety and security. Right? And then I'm going to imagine myself out in the world tackling obstacles and overcoming things with a sense of knowing that, hey, no matter what, I'm okay. Right? I'm going to learn what I need to learn. I'm going to make mistakes. It's going to be a safe environment for me because even if I have to come back and recalibrate my life, I'm going to. But I see it so much right now with the people I'm working with. They have this feeling that out there is not a safe place, right? So they're living in a very fearful place, and their nervous system is really switched on. And if it doesn't feel safe in there, out there, I guarantee it's because it doesn't feel safe in here. It has to feel safe in here first. So we can cultivate that sense of safety. We're then able to structure the brain in a way that is able to see opportunity, is able to be collaborative and creative, right? Because if we are in a place of not feeling safe and our nervous system is switched on, the prefrontal cortex, the part of our brain that makes us human being, is switched off. We're going to be more reptile than anything else. And we're not going to see anything but what's against us. So one of the first and foremost things that we all need to do is learn how do I regulate? How do I be able for you, whatever that looks like? Is it meditation? Is it breath work? Is it coming to church? Is it being in community? What kind of a book do I need to read? What do I need to do in journal? Whatever it is to acknowledge this fact that I am safe and secure. That life is precious and in the here and now is all there is. And in this moment, there is no story. How can we give ourselves that experience so then we know that our brain is structuring in such a way that it's going to perceive and find the answer. It's going to find to see what's good. And we're going to find the right meaning out of what we're experiencing, so then therefore we can grow and evolve. Make sense? Yeah? I'm used to being in environments where people ask questions, so I'm like, any hands popping up? No, there's no hands. Okay, we're going to keep looking then. So life is a practice. Winning in your mind. Winning in your mind is the ability to actually see and experience a life that is different than what you currently are experiencing. So I ask the question, is anybody going through a transformation and wanting something different? What is it that you want to be different? And to be able to understand that if I want something to be different, who it is that I need to be. What kind of qualities do I need to embody? Right? What do I need to think? How do I need to feel? Right? And what kind of impact will that make on myself, in my life, within my family, within my community, if I am being that version of myself? Be able to spend time, use our imagination as a God-given gift. It's one of our mental faculties, the ability to actually imagine something to be different. We're given this ability because we can actually create our reality by going inward and imagine for our life to be different in some way, shape, or form, how we experience it, again, from a subjective perspective, and then that will show up in our life. So first to go inward. And each moment, understand, like life is a practice saying, okay, now I've won in my mind, I've spent the time, I know who I want to be, I know what kind of outcomes I want to create, I know the impact it's going to make. Now I'm going out in the world, and guess what's going to show up? Resistance. It's going to show up every single time. Some sort of an obstacle, some sort of a challenge, some sort of a yeah, but. And the natural reaction of a human being is to go, see, yeah, I'm going to go back over here. To where it might not be comfortable, right? Back to a comfort zone, even though that's not comfortable. It's a known existence, but it's not so much comfortable, right? Because every time I step out to try to change something, I'm met with resistance. Well, that's your opportunity. Because you're stepping out to try to change something in your life, because you're transforming, is why it's going to show up. So good. So when those challenges show up, good, that's your opportunity. That's the opportunity to practice this new version of yourself that you created in your mind. That's the opportunity to actually overcome something so you can change the belief about yourself. Like you can take a belief that says that I'm not good enough, I'm not adequate, I'm not worthy. Right? And you can do something in your life, authentically act and step out into the world in a way that says, I'm good enough, I'm safe, secure, I'm worthy, I'm smart, I'm creative. Right? I'm worthy of love. And have, again, this environment in our mind and understand that we become what we rehearse, Okay, so that's winning in our mind. We become what we rehearse. So if we rehearse negativity, we're going to become negative people. If we rehearse this idea of experiencing more love and joy and peace, we're going to experience it. It's going to show up in our life. We're going to start to perceive the world and see things in a different light. But we also become what we learn. I see people a lot that continue to make the same mistakes. It's like they want to stay in the same experience of life. They don't want to change their experience, so therefore, nothing changes. And especially at the age of 35. The age of 35, we're pretty much hardwired. If we don't seek new experiences, our brain's not going to change much, right? That's why I love working with 18 to 22-year-olds, because it's just like, whoop, you can just mold them, and there they go. It's a heck of a lot easier than working with a 50-year-old who's been telling that same story for all those years, right? It's a little more unpacking to do. So we become what we learn. And we don't live life by chance. We live life with intention. So we set out in the world, we make life what I call our training ground. So whatever shows up becomes our abundance. And then we have a curious mind. Our fifth principle is to try it on. I talk about, like, if you're going clothes shop and you put on a jacket. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I don't know, it may have been 3 or 4, you don't even know, you didn't know I was going to tell this story, but maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I graduated from auctioneering school. I went to auctioneering school because I was fulfilling a family tradition. My grandma had just passed away a few years earlier, and I was just going to step into this, say, okay, I'm going to be a third-generation auctioneer, was one reason. The second reason was I wanted to do this. I wanted to be on stage. I don't want to be comfortable. And I realized if I can get up on stage and go 25 and 30 and 30 and 5 and 40, if I can sell, if I can do that, then getting up and talking about something I'm passionate about that lights me up will be a piece of cake, right? So after I got done, I went to auctioneering school. I went into Nordstrom's, and I did the whole thing. We got a nice suit. We had the mirrors all around, the tailors measuring, and now I'm thinking to myself, even though at the time I was a business owner of a residential painting company, and I didn't have any employees. I was up on the ladder doing every single aspect of that business, right? At the time, if you looked at my circumstance, you would think, like, what's he doing? We didn't have that type of money to go spend $1,200, $1,500 on a suit, but I was like, this is a part of me stepping into the future version of myself. I know I'm going to be on that stage. I know that I'm going to be speaking about my transformation. I know that I'm going to be able to make an impact, so I have to go feel it. So I sat there in front of the mirror, and I remember practicing, like, yeah, tomorrow's going to be a big day. Even though tomorrow I was just going to go out and spray a house. Like, tomorrow wasn't a big day, really. I was going to get up and start up the diesel truck and throw ladders around all day long. But I was pretending. I was using my imagination. I was trying it on. How'd it feel? And it felt damn good. I liked how it felt. So what kind of beliefs, what kind of thoughts, what kind of habits, routines are working for other people? If something's working in their life, what are they doing? What are they thinking? How do they feel? What kind of habits do they have, right? Try it on for yourself. So I looked around and said, somebody who's doing what they want to be doing, someone who's passionate, somebody who's making an impact, man, what are they doing with their life? But what are their thoughts? How do they believe about themselves, right? Another quick story. So what kind of qualities, feelings, and impact? I already said that. Something good is about to happen. I love this story. So I have had this experience of when my phone rings, kind of going like, oh boy, like what's going on, right? To where I have a handful of employees, and so sometimes they'll call me and they're like, hey, we're running out of paint, or the sprayer broke down, or this and this. And usually it's some sort of a problem I had to solve. And so I recognized this conditioned kind of experience or reaction to the phone ringing, me going, oh, God, hello, right? I recognized it, so I was like, I'm going to shift it. I'm going to say, something good's about to happen. Something good's about to happen. So I would now made this trigger. When my phone rings, I say to myself, something good's about to happen. I pick up the phone, they go, hey, yeah, we're just wrapping up here, boss. Just want to make sure you knew, and all these things are happening, boom, boom, boom. We're going to be heading to the next job. I'm like, wow, that's great. Right? Something good's about to happen. The phone rings. Oh, hey, can you please fit us in? We got this kitchen cabinet job that's huge, and boom, 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 boom. Right? I was like, wow, that's great. Right? Something good's about to happen. My wife calls me. Oh, you're not going to believe what happened. I just landed a new client, and this, that. Oh, that's great. And that became my experience. I started to just rehearse it. Something good's about to happen. Having faith, having optimism that something good's about to happen. Something good's going to come out of whatever we're experiencing. Number 6, I have no idea. How am I doing on time? Number 6, incremental shifts. I get going. It could have been 40 minutes. I have 5 more minutes. Okay, or it's only been 5 minutes because that would be weird. So number 6, incremental shifts. This ability to understand that process of transformation takes time. All right, I have in my coaching, I have like this, no more New Year's resolutions, right? Unless they're small, achievable goals. Okay? They're small and achievable. Have compassion for where you are and take one step. Just focus on how you're going to show up tomorrow. Not 3-6 months from now, right? Have a big vision for yourself, but take small, achievable goals. Have a goal of being just 1% better each day at the end of 365 days. That adds up over time, right? And understand that dopamine is this reward chemical that gets released. It's a motivation chemical that says, hey, you're doing good, keep going. Right? So if we set goals and we reach goals, we're hardwiring our brain to be someone who sets goals and reaches goals. And just kind of keeps chopping wood, keeps plugging forward, right? Because this chemical gets released. It says, yeah, there it is. You just reached your goal. Good job. Keep going. Good job. Keep going. So science shows us that small, achievable goals help us get to where we're going. So don't worry about making some massive change. Just change one thought about yourself. Change one habitual pattern. That's it. One at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. That's it. I'm transforming. Everything in the house is got to go. We're going to start working out 2 hours a day, and we're going to read. No. Just pick up a book and breathe. Pick a book and read for 5 minutes. Have a 5-minute breath practice. Do something that you know is going to transform your life in small, incremental ways, right? Because what today seems like insane discipline will soon become a way of life. At one point, the idea of meditating twice a day for 20 minutes and this and that and the other, I was like, how am I going to ever fit that in? I mean, not a day goes by that hour and a half, whatever it is, but the 20 minutes a day is now easy, right? But it was not easy years ago. 6 minutes was like, oh my, right? So it's okay, incremental shifts. Letting go and surrender. Now the next two principles will really, really bleed into each other, okay? So understanding that preferences, how we prefer things to be, blocks us from our lives really changing. It limits the amount of possible paths we're able to go down to have the experience of life we want to have. So just becoming aware of what kind of preferences we have. Of course, I prefer for the dishes to be done. Of course, I prefer to be 70. Carlsbad, California is one of my favorite places. It's 72 and partly cloudy every single day, right? Love it. I prefer for it to not be winter. I prefer. So we have to let go of our preferences, right? And we have to surrender this old story, because we don't need it anymore. It maybe kept you safe when you were 8, 12, 16 years old, fine, but do you need it today? Whatever story you're telling yourself about yourself and the world, do you actually need it? Is it serving you? Right? And be willing to set those things down on the path wherever you're going. And understanding that we will grow and accelerate our growth when we surrender. When we surrender to whatever aspects of ourselves that we're holding on to that no longer serve us, when we surrender to the present moment and we surrender to a future experience that we have not had yet, that we know and want to draw into our life. And that'll be part of our meditation today. So keep that in mind. And again, I've already said this once or twice, but acceptance of the present moment as it is, acceptance is one of the most powerful tools of transformation. When the present moment is here and we're in it fully without story, chance, transformation becomes possible. So the price of the new life is the old one. We have to let go of the old narrative, the old preferences and beliefs to be able to embody and feel our way into the future. Feeling is a secret. If we can't feel ourselves as a different version of ourselves, we're not going to create that different version of ourselves. The feeling, the subconscious mind, the part that runs 95% of our lives, only accepts the true, what it feels to be true. So if you can feel some sort of aspect of yourself being just a little bit more confident, that incremental shift, just a little bit, right, more present or patient with your family members, friends, kids, whatever it is. Maybe just a little bit more abundant, right? You can just feel that way into the future, incrementally. That's going to be the magnet. Teaching your body how to feel something. I know I told this story before, but it's a good one. Gratitude was something I practiced but didn't really understand why it worked, and I learned the science behind it, and I would write gratitude statements, and nothing really happened until I thought to myself, do I even really know what gratitude feels like? So I went into my emotional workshop, and I said, I'm going to decide what it feels like. Man, my heart's expanding, kind of a warm sensation, a little tingling sensation in my head, I'm grateful. Then I started to actually teach my body how to feel gratitude. So when I think something that I feel grateful for, something I appreciate, some sort of precious moment in my life, Oh, my heart feels like it's expanding. It starts to warm up. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. You can teach your body how to feel more love, joy, peace, abundance, gratitude in your life. Then will therefore attract those experiences, more of those things to you. And this is, again, incremental, living only one step ahead of yourself. You know, go as far as you can see is what I tell people all the time. Right? Yes, I have a 25-year vision, all these grand things I'm going to create, but what is the one thing I'm going to do today, and what can I see myself being able to do tomorrow, and watch how your capacity is able to grow. What we have to be greater than, the feeling is the secret, is this understanding that we have to be greater than how our body feels based upon our current circumstances and our current environment. Dr. Joe talks about this for transformation. You have to be greater than your body. You have to be greater than your environment, and you have to be greater than the time, meaning that you have to be able to understand, release this construct of time and say that I'm going to accept it as now, right? So we can create, and again, I said at the very beginning, the most beautiful piece of art that we're ever going to create, the most important piece of art that we're ever going to create is ourselves, right? And I truly believe that we can create any version of ourselves that we desire. Any version of ourselves that we desire. We just have to be able to go inward, focus on ourselves first, use life as the mirror, and say, how is it that I want to experience the next moment? How do I want to experience tomorrow? What kind of experience do I want to draw in? Because if I don't do that work, I will run the old program. It will be based upon my past, my conditioning, my biases, and whatever my ego has created in stress. Analytically, we'll be running over and over and over saying, well, yeah, but. So we have to recognize the yeah buts, drop into our heart and say, what is tomorrow's experience going to be? What is it going to feel like? And that's going to be my anchor. So when the challenge shows up, when the obstacle shows up, when the hard times show up, your yeah but becomes peace, grounded, strong, confident, compassionate, right? That becomes your yeah but. You program yourself to have a much more powerful yeah but. And this last aspect of this is to be able to abandon yourself fully and believe. Like when we talk about being greater than your body, greater than your environment, greater than time, you have to learn how to just fully abandon whatever it is that you're keeping you down to the same experience of life. Abandon it all and just feel how you want to feel regardless. This is my favorite definition of meditation. To be able to develop an internal domain that's independent of your external circumstances. To develop an internal domain that's independent of whatever's happening in your life, right? That is what's going to be able to create a new experience, right? So we're going to do a meditation. That's going to hopefully give us a bit of an experience of what we're talking about. So let's go ahead and sit up straight. Nice straight spine, slight tuck of your chin. Soften your gaze or close your eyes, whatever you're comfortable with. Relax your tongue at the roof of your mouth. Just take a moment and become aware of your breath. Just watch your breath as it enters into your lungs and exits. There's nothing that you need to change. Slow your breath down. Gently slow your breath down. Make your breath smooth, rhythmic, and light. Breathing through our nose, lengthening our exhales, breathing into our belly. All these things are telling our body, are telling our nervous system that we are safe. In this community, in this room, you are safe. We create this internal domain that feels safe. Continue to breathe easy, breathe smooth, breathe light. And I want you to drop into your heart, into the space that occupies your heart. Hold your attention there and breathe into that space. Drop out of your head. Drop into your body. This is where courage lies. This is where love exists. hold your attention in this space. And now draw up an image, a memory of a very precious moment in your life. Maybe it's the birth of a child. That old precious moment that you can re-experience. An old victory of some kind. Something that brings a smile to your face. Something that you cherish deeply. Go ahead and let that smile actually manifest on your face. It might be just a gentle grin. Let your body feel and experience it fully. Don't just remember it. Allow for your body to fully experience it. Notice how your body may begin to expand, maybe even tingle, feel warm. Notice your breath, how it feels lighter and smoother. Continue to experience and build the imagery, the feelings, the sensations of this precious moment. And draw this into this present moment. Here and now, allowing your body to feel it. Allowing your body to feel the way it felt during that precious moment, here and now, which creates thoughts of love, peace, and joy. Be with that. Use your God-given gift of imagination to give your body the experience that you want to have. This is your right. This is the truth of you. In this present moment, nothing else exists. Drop the imagery and just let your body fully experience it independent of the image. In this present moment, let this feeling build and charge within your body, around your body. Now I want you to move your awareness into your life moving forward from this moment. Maybe you're able to just see through the rest of today. Maybe it's through the week, into the next year, and maybe it's all the way back down to just the next moment. Take your body and your mind as far as you can see. Don't try to go too far. Whatever it is that you can see, and draw this feeling with you that was cultivated and created by your precious moment image. And begin to piggyback that into the next moment. I give you a moment to work. Just navigate in your mind's eye through the rest of this service, holding on to this precious moment through the rest of the day, and then go as far as you can see. Stay with it. Let it charge. Let it build. Use your imagination. If any resistance pops up, that's okay. Come back to your breath. Come back to the awareness of your breath. Take a big, deep breath into your belly. And exhale, let it go. Relax your neck, your chest, your shoulders. And allow your body to feel this sense of acceptance of the present moment. And accept that you're going to bring this precious moment with you into the next. Go ahead and wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Ryan. I got a little teary. I was just spending a little precious moment with my mom, which was much needed. And I loved what you said about just our lives are a work of art, because I believe that that is the truth. And I love that image. And when I was thinking of my mom and that memory, I heard her say, your life is a work of art. So thank you. I will carry that. Yeah, that's going to stay with me. So thank you. Unity stands for peace in the presence of conflict, for love in the presence of hatred, for forgiveness in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names for God, the many paths to God, for we know that there is only one presence, one power, one life. So whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual journey of transformation, you are welcome here. If there is anyone, if you're new to this ministry and you're here for the first time and you feel comfortable raising your hand, we would love to say hello to you and offer you some coffee, although we don't have any baristas today. But do we have coffee service? No, we have no coffee. We will offer you some water. How does that sound? Maybe some ice? I don't know, if you're lucky. Yeah. Oh, do we have some garden vegetables, maybe? But if this is your first time and you feel comfortable raising your hand, go ahead. Anyone here for the first time? No? Oh, you were asking about coffee earlier. I'm so sorry. Next time you come, we will have it for you, okay? Okay, welcome. So happy you're here. We love to have new people. So you'll probably get some hellos afterwards as well. Okay, so and for those of you watching online, if you're new to our ministry, we encourage you to sign up for our e-newsletter to learn more about all the things that we are doing, transformational speakers, workshops, events, etc. You can do that by texting Unity Spokane to 22828. We also have a way to join online at unityspokane.org. And you can also connect with us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. All you have to do is search Unity Spiritual Center Spokane to find us, and we're just so happy that you're with us today. So thank you. Okay, now we're going to take a moment to acknowledge and bless one another with a socially distanced namaste greeting from your seat. So feel free to stand as you are able and send your loving energy to those around you. Great. Love it. Okay, and now it's our time to celebrate abundance together as we share our tithes and love offerings. If you would like to give virtually today, please text the amount of your donation, just a number, to our new text to give number, which is 509-215-2552. And for those of you here in the sanctuary, our ushers will be going around with our love offering bags. So I invite you to hold your offering in your hand, or if you are a monthly giver, to hold that love offering in your heart as we say together our love offering blessing. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I give thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. And so it is. Exactly.
Do I desire? What will bring me to my highest good? What do I want? What do I desire? What will bring me to my highest good? Prosperity, I claim claim it. I claim it. Abundance. Abundance is mine. Is mine. Love. Love flows through me. Flows through me. I feel joy. I feel joy. All the time. All the time. I can have it. I can have it. I deserve it. I deserve it. I claim it. I claim it. It is mine. It is mine. I can have it. I can have it. I deserve it. I deserve it. I am it. I am it. It is mine. It is mine. Peace. Peace fills my heart. Fills my heart. I surrender. I surrender everything. Everything. Health. Health is my birthright. Is my birthright. Passion.
Wonderful. Dear Mother, Father God, thank you so much for these gifts and for those who have given them as we send them forth in continued service to our mission of transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in our world. We are so very grateful. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. Okay. Our chaplains today are Gary and Diane, who have been holding the service in prayer for us today, either from home or here in the sanctuary. Diane is here in the back, so Diane is standing, and will be available to pray with you immediately following the service. If you have something that is heavy on your heart or that you would like to celebrate, Diane will be available up here at the front of the sanctuary following the peace song. So thank you so much for your service today, both Gary and Diane. We would like to encourage anyone who is in need of prayer support to please fill out a prayer request form, which you can find in the seat pocket in front of you, or on the table as you enter the sanctuary where the prayer box is. And you can also submit online requests through our website at unityspokane.org. Names are added to our prayer list and are prayed over for 30 days by both our prayer ministry as well as Silent Unity. So lots of prayer support here. Please, we really encourage and welcome you to share your prayer needs with us. It's something that we love doing and love receiving. So thank you. Okay, now we get to welcome our children. Let's welcome them with Walking in the Light. Yeah, y'all.
I'm walking. I am walking in the light, in the light, in the light. I am walking in the light, in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God. I'm walking as the light. I am walking as the light, as the light, as the light. I am walking as the light, as the light of God. As the light, 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 as the light of God.
Hi, kids. Did you guys not hear me? Hi, kids. Oh, that's better. How are you? Did you have fun? Yay. Well, we're happy to see you today. You guys look great. We are so grateful for our young people and those in service to our youth ministry. So let's take a moment to bless our children, our youth, and those in service to our youth ministry with our children's blessing. Together, be the love you are, sing the song you hear, share your joy of life with people far and near. And for ourselves, be the love we are, sing the song we hear, share our joy of life with people far and near. Okay, you all can find the people you came with. We'll miss you though. Come back. Yay. Okay. And now, please stand as you are able and join together for our closing prayer for protection, followed by the peace song. Together we affirm, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And that's the truth.